If you live in San Rafael or you're thinking about moving here and you're wondering whether it's a good time to buy or sell real estate, let's walk through what actually happened in our market last month. The January data is officially in, and I'll break down inventory, pricing, demand, and what it really means. And one important note, these numbers are always slightly backward looking, so I'll also share what I'm seeing right now on the ground. So active listings in January, we had 90 on the market. That's up from 73 in December and up from 74 in January last year. So inventory is rising. Buyers have more options than they did in early 2025. But the months of inventory is still around 2.9 months. So that's not a buyer's market. It's closer to balance than we were before. So we're moving from an ultra tight market to more balance. We had 31 homes sold in January. That's down from December, but flat year over year. So activity slowed month to month, but we're not seeing a collapse in activity. Demand is very much present. What's interesting is the early February data is already showing stronger pending activity than the January closings alone would suggest. Pricing, median price, $1,075,000 in January. That was down quite a bit from $1,325,000 January 2025. So there's some year over year softening of prices, but the quarterly data, November through January, suggests a slower decline than the monthly figures, so about 2.5% lower in prices on the quarterly. So it's not panic, it's just normalization. I think pricing power for sellers is not what it was in early 2025. For days on market, the average days on market jumped to 98. So on average, homes are taking longer to sell. The sold to original list price is 92%. So buyers are negotiating again. Homes that are mispriced are sitting. Homes that are priced correctly are moving. What we're really seeing right now is a bifurcated market. So well-priced homes in strong neighborhoods are selling quickly. Overpriced homes are sitting longer. And the homes that are sitting for a while are impacting the average days on market figure. In my current on-the-ground observation, remember this data is backwards looking, showing what has happened. I've already seen several homes that were taken off the market in Q3 and Q4 of 2025 that have relisted at similar, or in some cases higher prices, and many of those properties have gone into escrow quickly. So what does that mean? Well, buyer demand feels stronger than the January closings alone would show. And new listings so far this year are lighter than last year, which is also a factor to keep in mind. Remember that supply-demand balance always matters. It's worth keeping an eye on the spring inventory levels to see how that impacts the overall market. But the market feels more active right now than the January numbers alone would suggest. So what does it all mean, Bob? Well, for sellers, pricing precision matters more than ever. Testing the market aggressively is not likely to work, and preparation and positioning are critical. For buyers, generally more options and likely with more on the way. In some cases, more negotiating leverage, but still a competitive market for well-priced homes. More spring inventory would be a welcome sign. I wouldn't describe San Rafael as a red-hot market right now across the board. I would describe it as a selective market. Every home is different. The headline numbers don't tell the entire story. If you'd like to understand what this information means for your specific situation, I'm always happy to talk through it. And thanks for watching. I'll be publishing these San Rafael market updates monthly. So if staying informed about our local market is helpful to you, then feel free to subscribe.